Welcome. This video is intended for all my practice members to get the utmost out of your care doing these 5 things. Number one, you got to schedule yourself. Because if you don't enter the space, well, what am I supposed to do? Number 2, this is probably more vital. Space. You must craft space for yourself to schedule yourself. This requires focus. Healing requires your focus and your energy, your willingness and your openness. If you're willing but not open, well, I can only do so much. If you're open but not willing, well, I can only do so much. It requires your focus. This took years to get to this point. It didn't just happen when you bent over or it was just that one isolated thing. No, your body's been breaking down, as I've highlighted ideally in the report. It's been breaking down for some time. It's important to be able to pay attention, which is a whole nother video, the cause to why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. But it requires your focus and it requires your energy. Healing is also not convenient. It often requires a lot of us depending upon the depths in which we want to heal. And if you're not showing up and you're not scheduling yourself and you're not creating space for yourself, you just happen to be missing your appointment, it's probably impacting other aspects of your life, which is the real important thing. Of course, I want to do great care with you. And I also am curious to where else is this happening in your life? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. So when it comes to making space, give me just at least 2 times a week, if not more, at least in the initial care plan, until we find a great frequency for you and you start to build up yourself so that we can take care of yourself. Number 3, get a journal. And not just something, you get a yellow legal pad, that's cool, but there is so much anatomy and physiology and neurology that gets amplified, that gets processed, so much stress that gets get processed. Journaling is one of the most powerful, ancient, and simple techniques that you can utilize to shift your life. And it's backed by Dr. Caroline Leaf, cleaning up your mental mess, and it helps impact brain scans, heart scans, telomere scans, which directly ties into life expectancy. It also helps you be able to understand and start to manage your mind, as I like to think of these trees. These trees I like to think of as thoughts. And these thoughts these thought trees take up space. There's informational memories, there's emotional memories, and there's physical sensations. So when it comes to breaking these pain loops that you experience, or these different similar stressors that we can often experience that trigger the anxiety, trigger the low back pain, trigger the GI disruption, it often pertains to different thoughts that are actually toxic and they're no longer sustainable into our bodies. So we need to till the soil of them. How do we do that? Through journaling, through Dr. Caroline Leaf's work. Number 4, get to a providing for the provider. That is my 2-hour workshop that I've done the last several years, it feels like, but last 2-3 years really, where I've talked all over the nation to be able to help other providers take care of themselves so that we can be provided for. This is where I share my mental frameworks in communication, in nervous system education, in beginning to understand trauma. And last but not least, a holistic lens on health and healing. This is important because these are my 4 pillars for the provider that I like to go a lot deeper on and that I base my education out of. And last but not least, number 5, download some soul coffee. This podcast is here to be able to help provide for y'all some of the different people and mentors that I've experienced over the last 7-8 years of my life that are some of the most intelligent human beings on health and healing. And there's about 103 episodes, give or take. So there's some guided meditations, and I'm working on building on a map quite literally for y'all, so that way you can have access to these different resources and know where to go and what's relevant to your case. And I also like to empower my people in that capacity. And here's a bonus. Number 6, a lot of people are like, well, what can I do in between adjustments? Well, you can start to evaluate this in your journal. The quality of your movement of the mind and movement of the body. The quality of your recuperation. Next is nourishment. So what are you putting in your mind and body, and what are you consuming? Last but not least, state of your mind. All of this and starting to evaluate and take note of is vitally important. And as you cultivate awareness around movement, recuperation, nourishment, and mind, that's gonna help you be able to bring more aware of yourself, because what we're doing with all this is we're helping build a map of your nervous system, which I'll draw a cute little brain right here. It's kind of like that tree above. Because when we can map how your nervous system is functioning, well, this is huge. And if you need any support in any of this, I'm here for you. Shoot me an email, drop me a quick reflection while we're working with each other with your adjustment. But the important thing is, and this is the absolute last thing, is I want you to pay attention to the physical sensations you're experiencing, your overall energy, which is keen to, and in conjunction with your mind, I want you to be able to observe your thoughts, your breath, and your posture. These are the different things we can start to pay attention to help you navigate how to get the most out of your care. But these 6 different steps are that which starts to at least set the foundation. And yes, it is a good amount of work, but the cool thing is that we get to take it just by step. And in this process, I find it to be more empowering versus, I'm just gonna slap a Band-Aid on something. No, we're gonna get to the root cause of it. It does require the work, but I'm here for any questions. If you have any comments, drop them below and let's chop it up about it, all right?